Hello, my friends. Welcome back to Breakfast with Sergio. I'm here with Justin Anthony. Today, we're going to talk about custom reporting and expense tracking, which are brand new features inside Artwork Archive. Don't go anywhere. Check it out. All right, friends. Welcome back. Hello, Justin. How's it going? How are you?
Wonderful. How are you?
I'm doing great. It's awesome to see you again, my friend.
You too.
Well, I'm super excited to have this quick conversation with you here to share with our friends at Breakfast with Sergio, because as you know, Artwork Archive is a company that I love as an artist myself, as an entrepreneur, and also as an art advisor. Everywhere I go, I ask artists, do you have Artwork Archive? And the answer is no. And like, what are you waiting for, right? What are you waiting for?
We greatly appreciate it.
There's no reason why not. If you want to be up to par to what's up and you know what's going to really allow you to take care of your business in a better way so that you have more time for your studio, you need to have systems, right? And you need to have tools that allow you to do that. And I'm always very excited when I see in my inbox, like I get an Artwork Archive email that says new updates or check out what's new. And I always read those right away because I know whenever you guys have something new, I know it's going to be good. And that's why I invite you to come over, Justin, today to have a quick chat here with us and tell us about the two brand new updates, one on custom reporting, how to customize your reports, and also one very important one is expense tracking, which I can't wait to hear about that. So before I do that, Justin, the most important question here that I ask my friends or guests that come to Breakfast with Sergio is, what is your breakfast of choice?
My breakfast of choice.
Yes.
I am an omelet maniac.
Okay.
So I am constantly trying to throw the greatness of an omelet is that I can create my own work of art every single morning with whatever I can get my hands on in my refrigerator. There are very few things that don't go into an omelet and make it interesting.
I think those are the best ones, when you just kind of scavenge around and see what's left over.
This morning I had a little extra spinach, a little extra mushrooms, an old piece of ham that I think still was pretty good because I haven't shown any signs of food poisoning yet. A wide variety of cheeses thrown in, done, delicious.
That is awesome. That is awesome. Well, super good. Well, very excited to have you here on a cold day here for us in Chicago, but I'm sure much warmer for you. But so tell us about these big updates. Let's start with the custom reporting. What's that all about?
Sure. So like anything with us, we base our updates off experiences or conversations with our user base. And one of the things that we've been asked about for years is, hey, you guys are doing, you've got a decent set of reports, but I'd love to be able to do this, or I'd love to be able to do that. And so what emerged from that is a lot of artists were asking for ways, a lot of artists were doing the same reports more than once. And rather than having to reinvent the wheel each time, so with say, language in a certificate of authenticity, or particular settings on an inventory report, or presentation to a gallery, a lot of people were using the same settings over and over again. And in our previous system, every time you had to start from scratch. And no matter how easy you made it, it's very different from being able to click on an old report that you like, that you can quickly modify or change out the works of art that were in it. So let's say you've got kind of a standard approach to what you give when you're seeking gallery representation or presenting for a show. This would be something that can really save you time. I mean, you'll notice 99% of what we do is to try to save you time so you can be in the studio doing what you love rather than stuck behind a computer. The other thing is we wanted to add some more elements of personalization. So a lot of artists have their own letterhead or have their own imagery they like to include in their reports. So now you can add, in the top part, we have a section for your own custom letterhead. So it's really interesting to see how artists are using this so far. So some have very standard letterhead that they've used forever, and that's a good representation of their own brand. Others are really using it to put custom letterhead that represents some of the art they've done or things like that, and really using it as an extra way to have a more creative element into a plain report itself.
That is super cool.
Yeah, so and that's been popular. I think there are a bunch of other, additional things that if you're familiar with the software, I think you'll be really excited to see, for sculptors that don't have the ability to really convey what the work looks like in a single image. We now have the ability to add multiple images and different angles and things like that to a single report called the portfolio page.
That is super cool.
Yeah, and people have been asking about that for years, so now that's really versatile. There's some general design updates, so everything is cleaner, crisper. There's some font options as well, so if you want serif versus sans serif. But there's something meant to be very clean and professional. The ultimate goal with the reports is to make it easier for you to present yourself like a professional. And this is translating to the invoice, the certificate of authenticity, consignment reports, everything. We also have 2 new reports. One is a tear sheet for those situations that you are working with someone or have a show, or maybe you're doing your own personal exhibition and you just need to give a quick and easy price sheet with a little thumbnail to the side. So that is a really cool new report. It's called the tear sheet. All of our gallery and wall labels are now updated too, and we now have a large format gallery label that includes the image. So if you're doing something for a show, if you're doing a sticker on the back of the painting, whatever, everyone uses these things for different things, sometimes for shipping. All of them now comply to standard Avery labels. So it's just really exactly what format you need for the particular output.
That's great. So no longer you have to be.
There are no more scissors involved. Although I will say a lot of people love printing on harder stock.
Yes,
or their labels on the wall because they prefer it to stickers. So both options are still there.
That is great. And I have actually an little episode, which I show how I prepared for an exhibition with Artwork Archive under 10 minutes. So, and I walked through the whole thing.
Oh, cool.
It's pretty awesome. So it is really nice to have all these customizations now available to us.
Sure. And there's a new one coming too called, a lot of artists have the desire to show kind of the full provenance they've built of a work. So our next release is going to be the provenance report, which will be pretty neat. Very
cool. Now, before we talk about expense tracking, for any of our friends who maybe there's somebody, I don't think there's anybody out there, any artists who have not heard about Artwork Archive, but in case anybody just came out of a cave, let us know, what is Artwork Archive in a couple of sentences?
At our core, we are a tool that's used by artists to help them get and hopefully stay organized and manage their business. We are not, although we have countless ways to showcase your work and who you are as an artist and ways to tie into your website, at our core, we're a business tool. Our goal, as I said before, is to help artists make a living doing what they love. So we kind of unapologetically focus on the unsexy aspects. We're not here to necessarily make you more creative. We're here to help you make a living doing what you do. So all of the stuff that we do, all of the enhancements we look to do are really centered around the business of art that's not often taught in art school or not often, they're things that are not the most fun things to deal with, but we try to make them as easy and user-friendly as possible.
That is fabulous. That's fantastic. So my friends, right here with Justin Anthony of Artwork Archive, talking about the latest releases here in early 2019 of what's available inside the platform. So we talk about custom reporting. Let's now switch on expense tracking, which is a huge one. Tell us about what that entails.
Yeah, so it's probably one of our most requested features, especially around tax time. So it's something we've been debating doing for a while, and we're not looking to replace QuickBooks or become an accounting software because dealing with tax, they're tax professionals for a reason. What we really wanted to do was tell the other half of the story. So we've always done a really good job at capturing all sales related information, invoicing, who you sold to, when you sold it, and painting your revenue picture. But what we've never done a really good job at, or even had an option to record, is what you're spending on a day-to-day basis or a yearly basis to produce those works, whether it's a brush, whether it's membership to a particular art organization. Any of those things, we didn't have a means of tracking in the system. So what we created was a super simple way to record those based on category that can easily be exported to any of the most popular accounting suites.
Oh, wow, that's sweet.
Not only is this going to simplify things during tax time, but it also builds more business intelligence into the software. So now rather than just getting a view of what were my sales for a given period of time, you can see what did I make? Because at the end of the day, that net is really the critical element. It's great to see that your sales are growing, but if you're spending 10x on your expenses and you're
Right.
not really making a profit, that's difficult. So this gives you a snapshot of seeing, what did you really make in a year? And what are the real expenses that you face as an artist? So we've heard really positive feedback on it thus far. And I think it is going to become even more popular a topic around tax time, because when you can just click a button and export all of your sales and all of your expense related information and get it into whatever accounting system you use, or hand it off to your accountant, that's yet another thing that saves time for the artist to not be messing around behind a computer.
Great. So for the existing users of Artwork Archive, all these updates are already available. And for example, for the expense tracking, where do you find it? Is it one of the new things in the column?
Right. It was a prominent enough thing. We were thinking about just putting it as a subset of sales, but it got so much more use than we initially expected that it has its own kind of front row seating on that left column. So it's one of the main
good. So can be missed.
Yes, it cannot be missed.
Great. So, and that's one that I look forward to start using myself as well after this conversation.
And we'll do some videos on it soon. It's new enough that we like, when we release something, we usually like to see how people are going to use it, play with it, so we can make some modifications, and then we really build some resources around support.
Yeah, and something I love about Artwork Archive is you always have a big listening ear. You're always listening to feedback, how artists using the platform, and what artists are suggesting, which I love that as well.
Yeah, that 90+% of all of the product evolution comes from interaction with our users.
Right. Awesome. Well, that's been a great update on Artwork Archive. Just tell us where can our friends find it online and also in social media.
Sure. So we can be found at artworkarchive.com, and that same name is where you can follow us on Twitter or Instagram or Facebook.
Great. Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Justin, for being here. Super excited, super happy. Thank you. We'll bring you back again in future. Awesome. I'm sure there will be more updates on Artwork Archive, and wishing you all the best. It's time to get back now to a big omelette.
I am hungry now.
Thanks, friends, for watching. Please share this episode with a friend. If you are a user of Artwork Archive, go check it out. If you are not, you are missing on a lot of great resources there. So check it out. And another thing that I highly recommend is not only your platform, but you guys have a really robust and really wonderful blog with advice for artists. So check that one out. Make sure you are subscribed so you get those updates in your inbox, because the things that you guys produce are just amazing.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thanks, everybody. Thank you.
Thank you.